Shut up. I've got to work on my opening. Hey everyone, welcome to Tutorial Tuesdays. Today I want to talk through a really basic recipe of vanilla cheesecake with a plain digestive base, vanilla filling. We're going to do a couple of chocolate shards on top, and that's going to be it. First up, we're going to set off our base. We've got 400 grams of plain digestive biscuits. I've just ground this down in a food processor, but you can break it up with a rolling pin or whatever you've got in the house. I'm going to add 60 grams of melted salted butter. Give that a good stir. Give that a good stir around, making sure all the biscuit is coated with the butter. That's what's going to hold it together. Lovely buttery biscuit base. So I've got an 8-inch springform tin. It's got a loose bottom base, which is going to help us get out at the end. You can get this from Lakeland or wherever you want to go, but Lakeland's the best ones, they do the best ones. So pour it in. Just level it out a little bit with your hand. So it's fairly level like that. We get asked a lot how we do our bases so well, and it's very, very simple. What I use is a meat stamper. So it's used for stamping meat, but it's perfect for doing cheesecake bases. So technique-wise, you want to get close on this one. You're just going to work from the edges and slowly pull it in, not giving it too much pressure, just working your way around, and then it all starts leveling out. Don't worry if it's not perfect first time, we'll come back round. Once it's nice and compact, it needs to be compact. That's going to form a really solid base for the cheesecake. And this technique now is going to make it really perfect around the edge. So using the spoon, you're going to turn it on its back, and you're going to use that edge there, the sharp edge, and you're just going to go round, turning the tin as you go around, pushing any crumb that's left on the side, just push it into the base so there's no crumb on the side. Give it a little wipe if you need to as well. Now that's going to go into the freezer for about 10 minutes to set. Right, we're going to top our cheesecake with some chocolate shards. You don't have to do it, you can use a bit of fruit if you want, but because we're Pleesecakes, we like to do things a little bit differently. So for the chocolate shards, I'm using 100 grams of dark plain chocolate, melted obviously. It needs about 2 minutes in the mic in bursts, so about 30 seconds stir, 30 seconds stir, making sure there's no lumps. Get on a bit of greaseproof paper on a board, palette knife, one way, hold that paper, otherwise it's going to slip, one way, hold that paper, push it that way, again just keep swapping sides. Very easy to do. And you want it a couple of millimeters thick. I'm going to whack on a few milk chocolate drops, just scattered all over it while it's wet so it sticks. And I've crushed up a little bit of Oreo crumb just for a little bit of texture. Again, just sprinkling it all over while it's wet still. Shake the paper, so all the leftovers the wet chocolate. Grab a rack, any rack or a board, whatever you've got really, and just pull the paper from one side holding the rack at a slant and just pull it on there. And that's it, whack that in the freezer for about 10 minutes. Right, next up, we're going to do the classic vanilla filling. It's so basic, so easy, but it tastes banging. So for this size tin, I'm going to be using 1200 grams or 1.2 kilos of cream cheese. And to that I'm going to be adding 210 grams of caster sugar. Next up, double cream, 150 grams, straight in the bowl. It's easy, it's quick. Bang. The next up is vanilla bean paste. You can get that from any supermarket. It's a concentrated vanilla paste with all the little beans in it, so it's going to taste banging. We've got 30 grams going in. We do use vanilla essence in this as well. Again, just to give it a real vanilla-y taste. And just 5 mils going in. Okay. Right, onto the mixer. Right, so base out the freezer. It's nice and set now, so it's not going to get disturbed when I put the cheese in there and all like crumble and stuff like that. But this is a technique that I've learned over the last 2 years that takes a little bit of time, but it's not hard to do, and it ensures you get it all into the gaps, there's no cracks when you fill it and stuff like that, and it comes out looking perfect around the edge. So you're using a spatula, do it in little batches, around the side, and using force, just push it into the gaps, push it into the corners. Like that, bang. And just work your way around. Really push it into that gap. Make an effort. Just take your time with it. Make sure there's no air bubbles. And then we can start filling it. Again, still pushing it down so there's no gaps or air bubbles. You want a little bit of excess, you can palette the top off nice and smooth. Palette knife from anywhere again. Lakeland is where we get ours from. And using your hand to guide the cake tin around, you're going to slowly push it in. Again, this is to ensure that there's no air bubbles throughout the whole cake. This is going to make it more stable. If there's an air bubble, there's a pocket of air can make it less stable. It can collapse. You've got a bit of excess on top now, so you want to keep your mixing bowl close. And just again, just working in little patches. Don't try and do the whole cake. Just do, look, just little corners like that. Put it into the bowl, turn it. Little corners, put it into the bowl. And if you want to finish there, you can leave it like that. You don't have to put anything on it. It's a classic vanilla cheesecake. We're just going to use our index finger and thumb just to run around the edge and just to finish that edge off, so it's perfect. Right, our chocolate shards. Been in the freezer for about 10 minutes now. On the greaseproof paper, nice and solid. Going to get one edge and just get under the chocolate. And you've literally got a slab of chocolate. Hold up one end and just snap it into little bits. This does not have to be perfect. You're going to shove these shards in to the cake completely randomly. So what I am going to do actually is just add some fresh raspberries. Right, you can whack that in the fridge now for about 4 hours to set, or you can whack it in the freezer for 1 to 2 hours to set. Right, that's been in the freezer for about an hour. To get out of the tin, there is a way of doing it, much easier. I've just placed it straight on a mug, and that's about the same depth as the tin itself. You're going to open the springform tin, and you're just going to wiggle it off. And from there, just put it to one side. You can grab the cake up. You've still got the base in it. Right. So to get it from the tin, from the base of the tin onto the board, you're just going to tilt it slightly and just run a knife under it. And then it should, be very careful, just slide off. That is it. Beautiful vanilla cheesecake with some chocolate shards, some fresh raspberry, bit of milk chocolate chips and a bit of Oreo crumb, and that's it. Very, very simple. Right, let's cut into it. Right, I'm going to remove one of these shards, please, Danny. do a nice wedgie wedge. I'm just going to transfer it from one board to another. Just a classic flavour combination. Vanilla, buttery biscuit base, bit of fresh raspberry, works every time. So yeah, give that a go and make sure you subscribe. Next Tuesday we're going to be doing another simple recipe, trying to teach you the basics of what we do in the kitchen, but it's so easy to do. So quick to do, no baking, no eggs, no gelatin, and these cakes boot off. So see you next Tuesday. Big up.